Hello and welcome to Tarot Thursday. I'm your host, Reverend Mary Hawk. Unfortunately, Reverend Bryan was not able to join us this evening, so I will be here doing tarot readings for you tonight. So if you have a question for me, post your question in chat and I'll be happy to do a 3-card, more or less, reading for you. Welcome to everyone joining us. So post a question in chat or just say hi and say where you're from. And I am coming to you from just north of Nashville, Tennessee, enjoying this cooler weather. It's not quite weather here in Nashville, but it was cool enough I could sit outside and not be in a puddle of sweat today. So thank you to everyone joining us tonight. And if anyone is in the Nashville area, I will be doing readings this weekend at Osiris Fest. Hello, Timothy, who's saying hello from Portland, Oregon. Nice to see you, Timothy, and welcome. And I do also want to mention the Pagan World Congress is coming up. And someone is asking me if my camera is off. My camera is on. And according to what I'm seeing, I am broadcasting. Is anyone having an issue seeing me? Okay. All right. Yes, you're quite right, Timothy. Osiris is the Egyptian god who is in relationship with the goddess Isis. Okay. Well, I'm glad to see that you had a blue screen. All right. Can everyone see me now? I'm going to check a couple of the channels right quick. It looks like we're broadcasting to me. So, yeah, there we are. All right. Whatever happened, maybe we had a slight delay, but it looks like I am broadcasting. And thank you. Thank you, Timothy. I do get a lot of compliments on my moon phase hat. So if anyone has a question, please go ahead and post it in the chat. Hello, Anissa, and hello, Reverend Dawn. It's good to see everyone tonight. Sorry, Reverend Bryan wasn't able to join us, but he is not feeling well today. And I also want to mention that the Pagan World Congress is coming up, and I'm going to put the caption up here. Just a second. you can register at paganworld.co. That is October 13th, or October 9th through the 13th, rather. And we have many, many wonderful presenters lined up for you. We'll have forums and chat rooms, and it's $25 to register. You'll be able to vote on different initiatives. And hi, Kylene. It's wonderful to see you. Kylene is one of our presenters from Australia. And Lynn is asking, can I get a general reading tonight? Of course you can, Lynn. Let me get shuffled up here. Just a second here, Lynn. All right, let's see what we've got for you. Okay. So the first card I've got for you is time. And this is the Mayan god of time. I'm sorry, but I just cannot pronounce his name. But he is here to remind us that everything comes in cycles. So if things are going well for you right now, bear in mind this is a cycle, and store things back for when times are not going so well. If times are not going so well, bear in mind things will change and things will go better for you. The next card I have is the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles, of course, are around the material resources, and the aces are the essence of the suit. And so this says that you have a lot of good energy in the material realm. Finally, I have Temperance. And this is a card about balance. You can see the figure here is both male and female, both a person of color and white, and pictured in both day and night. So there are a lot of opposing forces, and this card is about taking a lot of opposing energies and marrying them together to make something that is greater, so that the sum of the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So I hope you find that helpful, Lynn. And hello to Kai. It's so good to see you, Kai. And Kai would like a general reading. Hey, Timothy. It's not actually a Mayan deck. It derives from many different cultures. It's the Tarot of Hecate. So let me get shuffled up for Kai here. And we'll see what the cards have to say. All right. First card for Kai is the heart. So, you are involved in a project that you are deeply emotionally involved in. Ten of Swords, you're coming up on the end of a cycle or you're finishing something up. And the Ace of Pentacles, which, like I mentioned earlier, means that you're in a good position financially. So I would say that you're working on something that you've put a whole lot of time and effort into, but you're wrapping it up. I'm going to pull one more card for you, Kai. And I get the Princess of Lamps. And the Princess of Lamps means that you will need to pull in divine energy to get your job done right. So I hope you find that helpful. Okay. Does anyone else have a question for me? Yeah, the deck was designed by Reverend Don Lewis. And Kai says the new Mentor's Manual is ready to go to leadership for approval after a year and a half. Way to go! So that's one project done. And how many more do you have in hand, Kai? Because I know you. All right. Anybody else got a question for me? For those who may not know, what effect does naming the deck after Hecate have? And Timothy S. Don Lewis developed each of the sketches. Kai says infinite because, yes, he later added more expansion decks and made it the Infinite Tarot. Don't know if Don is still watching to answer that himself as to why he originally named it the Tarot of Hecate. But Hecate is the goddess of magic, witchcraft, guardian of the crossroads. So, and don't see Don responding, so he may not be watching anymore or have stepped away. And as Kai points out, it is a tarot system. And Reverend Don says exactly Hecate is the goddess of magic and divination. It is definitely experimental, Timothy. It is a 100-card deck. And Don, if you want to pop in and you're in a position to and talk about your influences in designing, you're always welcome to. I don't know if you're in a position to right now. And does anyone else have a question for me? There are many expansion decks that go with it. There are uh, astrological signs, runes, a Santa Claus expansion pack. I don't read with the expansion packs because this deck very barely fits in my child size hands. Yes, I can buy my gloves in the child's department. So I'm doing good to shuffle 100 cards here. There are 5 suits, your standard pentacles, wands, swords, and cups, plus the suit of lamps, which deals with spiritual and um, magical matters, plus the card, plus the major arcana has been expanded to bring the deck up to 100 cards. Timothy says he's trying out different shaped decks, such as triangles. And I'm imagining trying to shuffle a triangular deck. Friend of mine who was downsizing when she was moving passed on a round deck to me. It was a goddess inspired deck, and I tried to work with it. It didn't fit right. The artwork was beautiful. And when I was moving, a friend of mine came over as I was packing up tarot decks for the move. And as she walked in the house, that deck just hummed in my hands. And I said, Lillian, I think this is for you. And I gave it to her. And she held it and just squealed. So apparently, I was just holding that deck for about 3 years to pass it on. Kai says she uses the expansion decks for other purposes: astrology, runes, numerology, and a new ancestor each Friday. Okay, Renee wants a general reading, and I saw a post from Anissa. Anissa says, my friend is afraid someone put a hex on her. Nisa, is your friend with you? So post the answer to that in chat, please. Kai says the rider deck has a circular deck. It's really hard to shuffle. I think I did find the circular deck hard to shuffle, but I have tiny hands. Okay, while I'm waiting for Anissa to answer my question, I'm going to do Renee's general reading. Kylene says she experienced something similar with crystals. Hold one for a few years so it can be passed on to someone else. So, yes, sometimes we wind up doing that. And Timothy says, yes, fascinating how that transmission from one curator goes to another. It is indeed. Okay, what do the cards have to say for Renee? And then we got a reading for Felicia. All right. So the first card I've got for you, Renee, is the Five of Pentacles. So this suggests being careful in financial matters. So just be wary around your finances. And then I've got the Tower. So there are big changes coming your way. And I've got the Four of Swords. So that suggests you need to take a time out and relax. Rest up. And I'm going to pull one more card, which is the Sun. So even if things are a little rough right now, better times are coming. Anissa says her friend is not with her, and she forgot how to energy read if hexes have been levied. Well, what I would suggest if your friend is concerned about a hex is this. Do a mirror reverse spell. Go buy a mirror. Doesn't have to be an expensive mirror, just a small makeup mirror like you carry in your purse. Get a candle. I would do it at the full moon. If you can't wait till the full moon, then do it immediately. Put your energy into the candle, put your hands around the candle, and state that as the candle burns, so the energy, any negative energy sent to me returns to the one who sent it to me. Put the candle in a little holder and set it on top of the mirror and burn the candle. That will send the energy back to the one who sent it to your friend. And they can deal with their own negative energy. Okay, Felicia wants a reading about her health journey. So, Anissa, I hope that should help your friend. Best way to deal with negative energy is to send it back to the one who cast it. Use a black candle if you can, and if you can't find a black candle, get a white one. All right, what do the cards have to say for Felicia? All right. Got the Ace of Lamps. This being around magic and spirituality. It's saying look at things from another's point of view is normally how this card is interpreted, which is interesting since it's about your health. Princess of Cups, which is talking about don't hold back, communicate what you need. Queen of Pentacles is talking about being in a good position overall, usually relates to finances. And I'm going to pull one more card and I get the King of Wands, which is talking about achieving your goals. So overall, that is very, very positive for your health journey. I think you're going to see a lot of improvement. Okay, Rachel is asking for a general reading. Hey, Rachel. All right, what do the cards have to say for Rachel? All right, quite a bit about the cycles of time. We've got the Emperor, who is the Lord of Time, and we've got Time as the Mayan goddess of time. So, in both cases, they're talking about how the cycles of time work together and things go around and round. And if things don't happen the way you want them to right now, be patient. Things will come around again. I've also got the Eight of Wands, which suggests a situation you're involved in is going to suddenly move. And I'm going to pull one more card, and we've got the Seven of Pentacles, which suggests you've got several options open for you. So you need to choose wisely. So I hope that helps, Rachel. And then chat has gotten way ahead of me quickly. All right. You're welcome, Anissa. Okay. Mia is asking, how does the divine feel love me romantically? So I think Mia is asking for a reading about romantic love. You are most welcome, Felicia. Yeah, Rachel and Kai, can't wait to see you at Lustration in Nashville. And to make that make sense, Kai, Rachel, and I belong to the Corellian tradition of Wicca. Our main ritual is our global lustration ritual, and my Shrine is hosting it in Nashville this year. How does Divine really love you romantically, Mia? Let me get shuffled up. Or Devon. Maybe that's how the name is pronounced. All right. Well, this card shows you being admired for your work. So I think Devon admires you. This shows that you are in a situation where you're waiting. So if you're feeling stuck about this relationship, you're not sure what's going on. Here is the Six of Pentacles, which indicates things going well financially. And I'm going to draw one more card here. I've got the Ace of Cups. Now, cups are about our emotions and our relationships. With the Ace, we're looking at the essence of Cups. And I'll draw one more, and I got the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm getting the sense that Devon cares about you, but it may not be exactly what you're looking for here. And always when things about relationships come up, I'm a big believer in communications. You need to set Devon down for a talk and clarify what you want and what Devon wants in the relationship. Okay? Be sure you two are moving in the same direction and you want the same things. Okay, do we have any more questions? Hi, Aaron. I am not very good at doing vibes off a picture, honestly. I am doing tarot tonight. If you want to post a question, I'll be happy to do a tarot reading for you. And just a reminder to go to paganworld.co and check out our upcoming Pagan World Congress and go ahead and register. It's the October 9th through the 13th. It is a totally virtual event. So, and I'm going to do a last call for questions here. All right. If nobody else has a question, all right. Aaron wants to know if he has. Do I have a future in acting? I'm going to change that to do I have a successful future in acting, Aaron? So let's do that. Does Aaron have a successful future in acting? You have some sort of future in acting, but you don't want to pursue it if it's not successful. All right, first card I've got for you is the Eight of Cups. So you can see in the picture, the man is terrified of nothing really. Whatever it is he's afraid of, it's not really real. So if something's holding you back, it's your fears aren't real. Then I've got the King of Pentacles, and this is a man who is successful because he's made a plan, followed it, and used his money wisely. And then I've got the Four of Cups, which suggests you're in a reasonably good position, although you might be thinking about making a change. Maybe what you've got isn't, maybe you're thinking about changing for something that's not as good. I'm going to pull one more card. I get the Princess of Swords. And the Princess of Swords says, swords are about communication. And of course, what is acting but communications? And the Princess of Swords is advising you to move forward and communicate very clearly. I would say overall, no, you can see, I'll pull one more card, and I've got Mind, which suggests there's something in your situation you're not seeing clearly. So you need to find out what that is, but overall, the reading looks favorable for you to pursue acting. Hey, Darcy, good to see you again. Sorry to hear you're between jobs, and yeah, let me get shuffled up here. Also, Aaron, you're never going to know if you don't try it. We have an escapee, Darcy. You are most welcome, Aaron. All right, so the escapee was the hermit. The hermit says, you know what you need to do, and go ahead and do it no matter what anyone else is telling you. I have the magus, the magician. So you can manifest what you want in this situation. I have the Seven of Cups, which says you have several options here. You can find what you need. And finally, I have the Nine of Lamps, which says, Darcy, quit overthinking it. So, in short, Darcy, you know what you need to do at this point. Go do it. Hope that's helpful. And Aaron, I'm sorry, I had already shuffled on, so I cannot answer that second question. Yes, you can do it, Darcy. You are very welcome. All righty. So, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Have a wonderful morning, day, or evening, depending on where you are. And please join me next week at the same time for the next episode of Tarot Thursday.